Good morning. It's Jonathan Barratt with the morning debrief. It's Thursday, March the 10th. Pretty lacklustre night in the equity markets. Europe was up, Dow was mixed and managed to etch out a small gain. But major news, I think, came really in the commodity sector. Very volatile indeed. Looking at crude, had a high of $83 a barrel before retreating back down to that 81, 60, 70 level and still holding quite firm. Gold in itself sort of came under pressure as well. From that 11.26 down to 11.05, so very volatile. A lot of people actually thinking that really no need for gold as a safe haven. Greece seems to be out of the way, and let's get back to normal. So that's what we're seeing at the moment. Pound also came under terrific pressure as well, but when you look at the dollar, the currency, the US dollar index, it's just stuck in a range. So quite interesting. I think we're still waiting for a bit of a trend. Took a hit on some of the positions we had last night and also took some profits, so we'll run through that a little bit later on in the debrief. But first of all, let's get a bit of a run through. Okay, there we go. The main thing there, Dow only up about 3 points, 10,567. The S&P, 1145 up 5, the Nasdaq up 18. Europe, as we mentioned there, quite interesting. Had a good, reasonably strong night. The Stoic was up 28. The FTSE was up 38. The DAC was 50, and the CAC was 33. So things a little bit there, a little bit more optimism out there in the market, as we can see. The US budget gap rose to a record $221 billion on spending. Obviously, we knew that. And Greece's financial crisis is over, according to bits and pieces. So that also created people to move away from gold. Let's see what happens on that front. But yeah, not a lot of economic data to get our teeth into. So let's have a look at some of the markets and take it from there. Let's just remove that and push that up. There we go. Okay, just having a look as we start off with the Dow. The US dollar. US dollar in itself, there we are, just marking time still. It is quite an interesting play, that what's happening there with dollar, and it's very hard to tell, but it seems to fail on the top side all the time, and then looks like it's coming a little bit lower. Let's see how that unfolds, but when you look at the daily charts, you can see that it is just still stuck within this range, and there it is as we speak. So looking for that to break out at some stage. The Aussie battler had a good strong night, tested 92 last night. We do have some very important unemployment data in Australia today, expecting some good things here. A little bit nervous ahead of numbers like that. I actually took out my long Aussie positions this morning, and I'm going to wait and see. Remember, we do have that unemployment data out today. So as I said, I've taken out my Aussie there and wait and see. Looking at the euro still bumping around on the bottom end of the range, and as you can see there, it's very similar. Actually, believe it or not, it looks like much like the dollar index. But when you look at that hourly too, quite a strong move from that 35.50. We're long small euro at the moment, only small, but we're looking for eventual breakout to the top side. So stick with that. The other one we had a look at and sort of trying to see what's happening is in the pound. And just worthwhile having a quick look as to what's happening in the pound. Because it's been under a lot of pressure of late. There it is there on the hourly, and you can also see on the daily what's actually happened there, and it could be reminiscent of a bit of a low somewhere. Good divergence starting to develop here, and seeing with that there, we could see a little bit of a move higher. So stay close to that at the moment. Obviously, any long positions, if it takes out that low of 47.80, then we're wrong, but we haven't taken a position on that as of yet. Okay, having a look at some of the commodities now. And gold, there's the big move on gold. Down she came. And still looking, this doesn't bode too well for it. The fact that we have crossed and heading lower, we will be looking to probably get out of our positions today. We have been long gold for a while. And yeah, just still quite optimistic about it. But let's see what some inflation data does out of China today. But at the moment, it might be wise or prudent for us to stand aside that market. Righty-ho. Now, the only other things to consider are the soft side of it. And you can see here a little bit of moving and shaking in the softs across the board. And we're still getting weaker prices also. So all those things sort of coming under pressure. and probably expect the lows to be tested again. So just be a little bit aware of those sorts of things, particularly on corn, soya, and wheat. Also, copper took a little bit of a hit too. Copper obviously on the back, but I think we've got big strong numbers out of China today. So let's see what happens. In the local market, 48.38 is where she's finished up. See what happens there, but I think if it takes out that 48.50, then 4900, the market is in for a bit of a correction. But as you can see there, it's had quite a move, and let's see how that unfolds. Alrighty-ho, on the economic front, I've got quite a bit of data out, and that's going to be interesting today. There you can see that Chinese data, producer prices, retail sales, CPI, very important. Full-time unemployment, employment in Australia, another important one to look at. So there's a bit of data to get your mind around today, and that could help dictate direction. A little bit of volatility. Might be wise just to lose some of the positions you've got which you're not comfortable about. I'm certainly looking at doing that. And as mentioned, I took out some of my Aussie last night, reduced my sugar, which is not going too well for me. Took profits on the crude, but I'm still long crude. But just ahead of these numbers, I've decided to lose some of my positions. Anyway, let's see what happens, and happy trading.